To Canberra now, Scott Morrison has declared net zero emissions won't be achieved in cafes and wine bars as the government inches towards tougher emission reduction targets. Live to our political reporter, Jonathan Lee in Canberra. Jonathan, the Prime Minister is signalling here a new goal for the nation, but we haven't really seen a clear pathway.
Ash, good afternoon to you. No, we haven't. It's not necessarily a plan. It's not necessarily a target. It seems to be more of an ambition, I guess, here for the coalition at the moment, with the Prime Minister conceding the energy mix will change over the next 30-odd years. He also makes the point that the government won't be implementing any form of carbon tax. What he says the government needs to do is invest in innovation, invest in technology and invest in people and make sure they capitalise on that innovation as they sell it to the rest of the world. He's specifically talking about hydrogen, green hydrogen. Here's a little of what he had to say last night to business leaders.
The key to meeting our climate change ambitions is commercialisation of low emissions technology. We're not going to meet our climate change targets through punishing taxes. I'm not going to tax our industries off the planet. We're going to meet our ambitions with the smartest minds, the best technology and the animal spirits of our business community.
The Prime Minister also didn't miss the chance to attack inner-city Green voters.
We're not going to achieve net zero in the cafes, dinner parties and wine bars of our inner cities. It will not be achieved by taxing our industries that provide livelihoods for millions of Australians off the planet, as our political opponents sought to do when they got the chance.
Of course, the great challenge here remains bringing all of the coalition along for the ride. Matt Canavan, a former minister from the National Party, made very clear this morning he doesn't support net zero emissions by 2050.
If we go to net zero, that means zero. That means everybody. Now, I don't want to carve out agriculture. I don't want to carve out any industry because I don't think we should be going for a mythical, fantasy-like target, which is only going to impose massive amounts of red tape and uncertainty on these sectors. The problem here is people now who want to grow and develop new parts of Australia, people who want to build a power station, people who want to open up a new coal mine. There's a whole degree of uncertainty placed on those investments if we proceed down this route. And the only winners of us going for net zero emissions here is China.
And Jonathan, as you'd expect, plenty of criticism coming from Labor as well. They're not buying the Prime Minister's green credentials.
Yeah, no shortage from the Labor Party today. Chris Bowen, the new Shadow Minister for climate change, has gone on the attack against the government. He doesn't buy the green transition from the Prime Minister. Labor Party is also making the point of what they call turning over the coin. People need to understand, they say, that there's jobs and growth achievable through new targets, new goals, new employment, new innovation. Here's a little of what Chris Bowen had to say as he accused the government of crab walking.
And last night, as he crab walked in a weak and pathetic fashion towards net zero, when he said it's something we're increasingly confident about, the weakest possible formulation you could come up with in terms of the Prime Minister of the day and net zero. Already, his government is fighting each other about even that weak, not even a commitment, that weak nod towards net zero.
But the fact is, He's avoided actually saying we're committed to net zero by 2050 because it'll kick off a civil war in his party room.
Yeah, Ash, just as we wrap up, the viewers might be a little tired about hearing about climate and energy, but they can expect to hear a whole lot more over the next week. In fact, Joe Biden is going to be having a very important climate summit with 40 world leaders. He'll be encouraging those world leaders to commit to new goals. It's all part of reversing a lot of what Donald Trump did in backing away from climate targets and climate goals. So we can expect a lot of action from the new administration and a lot more pressure on our government too, Ash.